Hi everybody, I'm here with my daily video, and this is video number 3 in a series that I'm doing that looks at doing planning for the purposes of greater academic success. If you are interested in the previous 2 videos that I've done, I will link those videos in the description of this one. Today we're going to just be continuing on from where we left off in the last video, and I'm going to share with you some more tips and tricks, and we'll talk a little bit more about some strategies that have to do with managing workload, deadlines, and study skills, and how all of that is tied to planning. If you're interested in hearing about any of what I just kind of touched upon, I invite you to stick around for the video, and I look forward to getting right into it. Where we last left off here at the bottom of Tuesday, so we're just going to pick right up where we left off. We talked a little bit about color coding. We talked about stratifying your time and trying to spread out your workload. Also the importance of doing things called checks and balances. And I also mentioned how using this to move kind of across the top of your planner is a really great way to visually direct your attention, hold your place so that you could return to it very easily, so that once you open your planner, then you have that up there, and then by moving it, it can actually help you to kind of like move your way along the week and then help you to remember kind of what day it is. So when you open up your planner, then at a glance, you have the specific place that you want to focus on, and you don't have to worry about trying to like find your place and think about where things are. So in looking at this, Wednesday is a really great time that if you have not already started working on things for your classwork that might be kind of more long-term sorts of things, Wednesday might be a great day to get started on things if you have procrastinated. So I wrote this right here, note cards and bibliography, and this is red because previously in the other videos we talked about color coding, and this would be the red day because it goes blue, green, yellow, orange, red. It goes in rainbow spectrum order. And so by writing this in red, number one, it calls attention to what you have written because red really jumps out at you. It's a warm color. Just according to visual art and design, warm colors advance towards you and cool colors actually retreat away, meaning things that are in warm colors that are red or orange, they have a way of feeling visually larger and closer to you. So that's why red actually kind of jumps out at you a little bit more. This is written in red, so then it jumps out at you. And then it's also written in red because it ties itself to the red day, which is when maybe some of these things might be due. Or if you're trying to manage your time and do a little bit of self-pacing, then putting things down so that you say, even though this isn't due on Friday, you know that you want to start this now, so then by Friday it will be done. I wrote just down here during study hall at school so that there is a little bit of a way that you can differentiate what's written here a little bit more. So you could always directions or specific information always in black or blue, and then use color coding with different colors of ink in order to draw your attention to a certain something. This is simply a planner sticker that if there are certain days when you need to do things like ride the bus or take a lunch or something, then you can always do things like get a planner sticker that looks like a bus or get a planner sticker that looks like a lunch or something, just to remind you, so then it stands out even more, because then all of the writing that you have will give emphasis to this because there's a contrast, that you can always just know that you use planner stickers for one sort of a task, but everything else is always written. So that's a little bit of a way to kind of cut costs. Like, you don't need to have planner stickers for everything that you do, but for certain things that are maybe special, like I said, like riding the bus or having a field trip, it might be a good idea to have planner stickers just for that sort of thing. So I previously showed you that the days of the week are divided up in columns, and then the rows stretch across so that this row right here is always about what's happening today, currently. The next one is all about the special notes and things to keep in mind about today. And then the last row, the remember row, is always about things that you want to just bear in mind in order to ready you for the next day. So then when you're reading any one of the columns, then you are reading down the column, and then it will automatically draw you to here, which would bring you to the end of the day in order to prepare you for the next day. So right here in this box, this was all stuff that would otherwise need to be done on Wednesday. And then right here, important, this would be stuff that further explains what would happen on Wednesday. Like, for example, read for 20 minutes. This might be something that is spread out over a couple of days, or you're supposed to do this on any one of the 3 days, and so you wrote it down. And so this box right here, this is just a little bit of just like a task that you might have to do. If you had to do something like you were supposed to read for 20 minutes every single day, then of course you could write that in there. You could also, if you wanted to, write it over here in your kind of habit tracker area. I have gum written here because if you are an individual who has a challenge managing any attention deficit issues, then something like gum actually might help you to be able to concentrate a little bit more. Gum is also very, very helpful for individuals who learn in a way that is called kinesthetic, and I mentioned this in the last video and talked about it a little bit more. But people who are kinesthetic learners, they need to employ some kind of movement or motion in order for them to better concentrate or just process information. So chewing gum while you're studying or reading can actually be very, very helpful to you if you're the type of person that needs to do things like, you know, tap a pen all the time or click a pen, or you just feel like you have a hard time sitting still. If you can chew gum while you're doing your studying, it actually might help you to process information and to actually retain the information that you process a little bit more. Here's a box specifically that uses a planner sticker that looks like a little laptop, and this is a planner sticker that's just like a half box sort of a sticker, and that's because this right here, type notes, it just differentiates between this and this. It just gives you a little bit of emphasis so that there's a contrast. That having a long list, I know that for me it can be kind of visually overwhelming, like I have so much to do. So breaking up that space by layering up stickers and putting a box that just kind of gives a little bit of visual emphasis can really help. And when you do things like work on the computer, but sitting and typing and having that kind of sustained attention, it can be kind of tiresome, and sitting there for hours upon end is not very, very good for you. So it's actually better for you to do things like break the time into portions, like 3 15-minute portions, and take breaks, because you'll find that you can actually work for a longer amount of time because you give yourself breaks. We have another planner sticker that just indicates that you might have swim practice or something, but this would otherwise kind of bring you kind of to the end of the day in order to ready you for the next day up here. Thursday is a really, really great day for you to check in with your teachers or professors, just to make sure that, like, once Friday gets here, Friday of course would be too late for you to check to make sure that anything was kind of hanging over your head that you would have to deal with. Thursday, even though yes, it is the day before Friday when a lot of things might be due, if you have properly prepared by laying out your due dates on Monday and then spacing out all of your different tasks, then by Thursday, if you've kind of kept up with everything that has just been spread out over the week, by Thursday, you asking your teachers or professor, like, hey, I just want to make sure that I have everything covered, that I've done everything. You can even show them your agenda or your planner. And if you show them, if you advocate for yourself and you show them that you have an earnest and vested interest in the fact that you're trying to keep it all together, then your teachers will be that much more inclined to offer you some grace and some extensions if you need them, because you can prove to them in your planner that you have been trying to stay on top of it. So Thursday, even though it's the day before maybe some things are due, Thursday's a great day for you to just kind of check in with your teachers and your professors and just say, hey, I just want to double check or even triple check if you have already kind of done some checks on yourself by showing your teacher the agenda. You can just say, like, I just want to make sure that I'm on track for any due dates or just project deadlines. Here, I know that for myself, I will always kind of forget things, so I put a little bit of a backpack sticker and then a fox there that's just another planner sticker, and just layered them to just say, like, as a visual reminder to say, be clever and like be wise and remember to bring everything for tomorrow that's due. And then I wrote check Monday. I just like very specifically wrote it out. Check what's written on Monday to make sure that everything for tomorrow. So I just connected this. I went here, connected it back to Monday, and then that will bring me back here because I know that that day would be Tuesday or Thursday. This is just a visual reminder to make sure that you have everything starting from back here on Monday together in order to bring it on Friday. And then here at the bottom of the column is just the next step of the directions, which is remember to collect and pack everything for tomorrow. And then if you get everything ready the night before, and again, this connects with this, but you'll see there aren't very many kind of tasks and things here. Just because technically if you've done it in all of these other days, then there won't be a buildup of those tasks here on this particular day. So if you've done everything, then all you need to do is just collect and just kind of pack everything together, so then you're fully ready on Friday to do things like turn things in and to do things like take whatever test might be there and might be due. And then I just have some other planner stickers and things. And I mean, this is just an example of like maybe what you might deal with on the weekends. And these are planner stickers that most of them are ones that I kind of cut and made and sell in my Etsy shop, if only because I use these myself with my daughter. We do homeschooling. And then I also will just as well talk to people. They will contact me directly and ask me if I can or will make stickers for a certain sort of something. So that's kind of like where these stickers even came from. Sunday is a really, really great day for you to do things like clean out your backpack or make sure that your lunchbox or, you know, like reusable kind of lunch vessels, whatever they are cleaned out. To do things like back up your computer hard drives and things. And then I have here at the bottom of Sunday, because remember Sunday would be like the remember column. This is a little bit of like a reminders list of all of the things that you should have ready to go in order to start again Monday. And I don't have another Monday kind of set up because this is just an example that I set up for just showing you kind of like the rest of the week. In the next video, because I've already talked a little bit about doing things like more specific ways to break down tasks and long-term things. This is just another agenda that I designed. I won't talk too much in detail about this in today's video. We'll look at this in the next video. But these are just some more ideas and ways, and just a different style of planning, just a different layout in order to show you a little bit more specifically if you have a lot of things that you're having to do for school, just some ideas about how you can break down those larger tasks into smaller ones and do something called chunking. And that's a term from educational psychology, that I can show you a little bit about how you could do something like that. And this is set up so that it is a little bit of what I might expect to see someone have for homework maybe in like middle school or junior high, or even in like just kind of the earlier grades of high school. So we will talk about this in the next video. So this is just a little bit of a preview. And that concludes today's video that took us, well, in the first video we started on Monday and then we went all the way through, so that concludes today's video, and we'll talk about this in the next video. I hope that what I had to share with you today about paper planning and study skills and strategies to manage due dates and coursework, I hope that all of that was helpful to you. There's been some really, really great discussion in the comments of the videos of this series specifically. Some people who regularly discuss things in the comments, and in the last video we actually were trading some information about what was talked about in the video. Someone brought up the topic of color theory and how color has a physiological effect on you, just because that's a little bit of like what we discussed in the last video. So we ended up having a discussion amongst the people who were commenting, me included, because I love to participate in the comments. And someone asked for some link information because they're in the process of writing a college level research paper. And so we were able to kind of like trade information and links, and it was just a really cool discussion. Just as a little bit of a reminder, In most any of the comments of any of the videos, there's a lot of really active discussion that happens, and trading of information, and just kind of sharing and helping each other out. It all is usually tied to what is presented in the video. So thank you so very much for spending your time with me today. I really, really love doing these videos for you, even if I end up having technical difficulties, kind of like what I had with the last few videos. Got to get my internet connection taken care of and stuff, and I hope that allergy season goes away soon, because that's another thing that's been affecting me in a big way. But in any case, thank you so much for watching the video for today. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, spending time with me here. Thank you so much for contributing to the comments and adding to just the discussion and just liking my videos, and just thank you so very much for allowing me to share something that I truly care about and that I really enjoy, which is planning and academia and lifelong learning. That's it for today's video. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I will see you then. Bye!